Good evening. Back in 2020, at the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, I started a regular conversation with you that came to be popularly known as fellow Ghanaians. It was a time of great fear of the unknown, and the entire world felt at risk. I came into your homes regularly to tell you what the experts were discovering about the virus and what we should do. Now that we have seen the worst of the COVID-19, I can tell you that there were moments during those times when I was distraught. There were moments when I was in despair about the apparent inadequacy of our health facilities. And there were moments when I wondered if the dire predictions made about dead bodies on our streets would truly happen. But I knew that I owed it to all of us that as your president, I had to hold my nerve, show leadership, and take us out of the crisis. With your help and support, and the great mercies of the Almighty, we can say that we emerged from the ravages of the pandemic with one of the lowest mortality rates globally. In fact, Ghana's handling of the pandemic won universal acclaim. We could all see in real time the devastation that was being wreaked on economies during the pandemic. But I doubt that anyone imagined the extent of the damage. Our economy here in Ghana, like many others around the globe, was thrown into turmoil. When I said, at the height of the COVID pandemic, that we knew what to do to bring the economy back to life, but not how to bring people back to life, it was not said in jest. We had done it before, and we were on course to doing it again. Ghana's economy grew by a remarkable 5.4% in 2021, signifying a strong recovery from the 0.5% growth recorded the previous year in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, in the last quarter of 2021, our economy grew at 7%, only for the Russian invasion of Ukraine in the first quarter of this year to aggravate the effects of COVID-19 and plunge the global economy to even greater turmoil from which it has not yet recovered. The whole world has been taken aback by the speed with which inflation has eaten away people's incomes. Economies, big and small, have experienced over this year alone the highest rise in cost of living over a generation, the highest rise in government borrowing in over 50 years, the highest rise in inflation for 40 years, the steepest depreciation in their currencies to the US dollar over the last 30 years, the fastest peak in interest rates for over 20 years, and the greatest threat of unemployment in peacetime, with over 100 million people being pushed into extreme poverty. Between the end of 2019 and now, inflation in Ghana has increased by 5-fold, in Togo by 16-fold, by 11-fold in Senegal, and by 7-fold in Côte d'Ivoire. In truth, however, the fact that there are petrol queues in France does not make it more tolerable that the trotro price from Kassoa to Circle has doubled in the past 1 year. Nor does it make it any more tolerable that the price of cooking oil goes up every other week. It is important to state mentioning the increases in prices worldwide is not meant to belittle the scope of suffering here, but simply to help us put things into some perspective and hopefully learn some useful lessons about how other people are coping. Fellow Ghanaians, this is why I'm back in your homes this evening, to ask for your support as we work together to get our economy back into good shape. In April, after the cabinet retreat of the first quarter, in recognizing the deteriorating macroeconomy, my government announced a 30% cut in budgeted discretionary expenditures and a 30% cut in salaries of the president, vice president, ministers, deputy ministers, MMDCs, and political office holders, amongst other measures. And since July, when the government took the difficult decision to go to the IMF to seek support, I've been speaking publicly at different fora on the subject of the economic difficulties we face, especially during my recent tours, so far, of 9 regions, and interacting directly with you, the Ghanaian people. It is also true that many of you have felt the need for me to come back to the fellow Ghanaians format that brings us all together. For us in Ghana, our reality is that our economy is in great difficulty. The budget drawn for the 2022 fiscal year, that is this year, has been thrown out of gear, disrupting our balance of payments and debt sustainability, and further exposing the structural weaknesses of our economy. We are in a crisis. I do not exaggerate when I say so. I cannot find an example in history when so many malevolent forces have come together at the same time. But, as we have shown in other circumstances, we should turn this crisis into an opportunity to resolve not just the short-term urgent problems, but the long-term structural problems that continue to bedevil our economy. I urge us all to see the decision to go to the International Monetary Fund in this light. We have gone to the fund to repair in the short term our public finances and restore our balance of payments, whilst we continue to work on the medium to long-term structural changes that are at the heart of our goal of constructing a resilient, robust Ghanaian economy and building a Ghana beyond aid. I'm able to report to you, my fellow Ghanaians, that the negotiations to secure a strong IMF program, which will support the implementation of our post-COVID-19 program for economic growth, and additional funding to support the 2023 budget and development program, are at advanced stages and are going well. We're determined to secure these arrangements quickly to bring back confidence and relief to Ghanaians. We're working towards reaching a deal with the IMF by the end of the year. This will give further credence to the measures government is taking to stabilize and grow the economy, as well as shore up our currency. I know that the increasing cost of living is the #1 concern for all of us. It is driven by fast escalating fuel prices at the pumps, which is caused by high crude oil prices on the world market and our depreciated currency. I know that this is putting intolerable pressure on families and businesses. I know that people are being driven to make choices they should not have to make. And I know that it has led to the devaluation of capital of traders and painfully accumulated savings. Furthermore, government is working to secure reliable and regular sources of affordable petroleum products for the Ghanaian market. It is expected that this arrangement, when successful, coupled with a stable currency, will halt the escalation of fuel prices and bring relief to us all. I hear from the market queens also that another factor fueling the high prices is the high margins that some traders are slapping on goods for fear of future higher costs. I say to our traders, we are all in this together. Please, let us be measured in the margins we seek. I have great respect and admiration for the ingenuity and hard work of our traders, especially those that take on the distribution of foodstuffs around the country. And I would hesitate to join in calling them names. I do make a heartfelt appeal that we all keep an eye out for the greater good and not try to make the utmost profits out of the current difficulties. In language that every market woman and indeed every trader in our country understands, let me say that the basic problem we face is that we're not making as much money as we need to spend. And what little money we do make is going to pay for the debts we have contracted to fund the development projects we must have. Not enough of us are paying our taxes. Not enough of us are producing to generate the revenues that we need. Nevertheless, my ambitions for Ghana remain high. All our children should be educated and trained with skills that will enable us to be competitive in the world. We need to close rapidly the infrastructure gap. We need to build a world-class healthcare system. And we need to build confidence in ourselves to make ours the happy and prosperous place it deserves to be. I believe we can and we will find the means to achieve these goals, even if the immediate measures we have to take are painful. At the just ended cabinet retreat at Peduasi Lodge, my government agreed on the framework for the post-COVID-19 program for economic growth and the IMF support for its implementation, as well as the work being done by the Ministry of Finance in preparation for the 2023 budget. At the retreat, we took some firm decisions that should put us on the path that will take our nation out of the current economic difficulties. Let me try and give you an outline of the main decisions without getting into the technical language that baffles many of us. To restore and sustain debt sustainability, we plan to reduce our total public debt to GDP ratio to some 55% in present value terms by 2028, with the servicing of our external debt pegged at not more than 18% of our annual revenue also by 2028. We're committed to improving the revenue collection effort from the current tax revenue to GDP ratio of 13% to between 18 and 20% to be competitive with our peers in the West Africa region. The Ghana Revenue Authority is rolling out an extensive set of measures to support the enhanced revenue mobilization. All of us must do our patriotic duty and support the GRA in this exercise. We're aiming to restore and sustain macroeconomic stability within the next 3 to 6 years, with a focus on ensuring debt sustainability to promote durable and inclusive growth while protecting the poor. We've decided to review the reforms in the energy sector, the capping of statutory funds, implementation of the Exemptions Act, and a new property rate regime. We've also decided to continue with the policy of 30% cut in the salaries of political office holders, including the President, the Vice President, ministers, deputy ministers, MMDCs, and SOE appointees in 2023, just as we will continue with the 30% cut in discretionary expenditures of ministries, departments, and agencies. My fellow Ghanaians, the success of our efforts at diversifying the structure of the Ghanaian economy from an import-based one to a value-added exporting one is what will, in the long term, help strengthen our economy. We're making some progress with the 1D1F, but our current situation requires that we take some more stringent measures to discourage the importation of goods that we can and do produce here. To this end, we will review the standards required for imports into the country. We will prioritize the imports, as well as review the management of our foreign exchange reserves in relation to imports of products such as rice, poultry, vegetable oil, toothpicks, pasta, fruit juice, bottled water, and ceramic tiles, and others, which with intensified government support and that of the banking sector, can be manufactured and produced in sufficient quantities in Ghana. Government will in May 2023, that is 6 months from now, review the situation. We must, as a matter of urgent national security, reduce our dependence on imported goods and enhance our self-reliance as demanded by our overarching goal of creating a Ghana beyond aid. Much as we believe in free trade, we must work to ensure that the majority of goods in our shops and marketplaces are those we produce and grow here in Ghana. That is why we have to support our farmers and domestic industries, including those created under the 1D1F initiative, to help reduce our dependence on imports and allow us the opportunity to export more and more of our products and guarantee a stable currency that will present a high level of predictability for citizens and the business community. Exports, not imports, must be our mantra. Accra, after all, hosts the headquarters of the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Fellow Ghanaians, as the French would say, l'argent n'aime pas le bruit. To wit, money does not like noise. Sika mpe dede. Where there's chaos, where there's noise, where there's unrest, you will not find money. If you talk down your money, it will go down. If you allow an unidentifiable person to talk down your money, it will go down. The recent turbulence on the financial markets was caused by low inflows of foreign exchange and was made worse in the last 2 to 3 weeks, in particular, by the activities of speculators and the black market. An anonymous 2-minute audio message on a WhatsApp platform predicting a so-called haircut on government bonds sent all of us into banks and forex bureaus to dump our CDs, and before we knew it, the CD had depreciated even further. All of us can play a part in helping to strengthen the CD by having confidence in the currency and avoiding speculation. Let us keep our CD as the good store of value it is. To those who make it a habit of publishing falsehoods which result in panic in the system, I say to them that the relevant state agencies will act against such persons. Indeed, some steps have been taken to restore order in the foreign exchange markets, and we're already beginning to see some calm returning. We will not relent until order is completely restored. The following actions have been taken thus far. 1. Enhanced supervisory action by the Bank of Ghana in the Forex Bureau markets and the black market to flush out illegal operators, as well as ensuring that those permitted to operate legally abide by the market rules. Already, some Forex bureaus have had their licenses revoked, and this exercise will continue until complete order is restored in the sector. 2. Fresh inflows of dollars are providing liquidity to the foreign exchange market and addressing the pipeline demand. 3. The Bank of Ghana has given its full commitment to the commercial banks to provide liquidity to ensure the wheels of the economy continue to run in a stabilized manner till the IMF program kicks in and the financing assurances expected from other partners also come in. 4. Government is working with the Bank of Ghana and the oil producing and mining companies to introduce a new legal and regulatory framework to ensure that all foreign exchange and from operations in Ghana are initially paid to banks domiciled in Ghana to help boost the domestic foreign exchange market. And 5, the Bank of Ghana will continue and enhance its gold purchase program. I'm confident that these immediate measures designed to change the structure of our balance of payment flows, sanitize the foreign exchange market to ensure that the banks and Forex Bureau operate along international best practices, together with strengthened supervision, will go a long way to sanitize our foreign exchange market and make it more resilient against external vulnerabilities going forward. Over the course of this week, I've had several fruitful engagements with the Trades Union Congress and Organized Labor, the Ghana Employers Association, the Association of Ghana Industries, the Ghana Association of Banks, the Private Enterprise Federation, the Association of Forex Bureau Operators, the Association of Market Queens and Women, all of whom represent important stakeholders of the Ghanaian economy. They expressed their concerns and proposed solutions on how best to solve our problems. I've been encouraged by the enthusiasm of these interest groups to help government to address these challenges, and I intend to continue these engagements with other groups. I also want to assure all Ghanaians that no individual or institutional investor, including pension funds, in government treasury bills or instruments, will lose their money as a result of our ongoing IMF negotiations. There will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you to ignore the false rumors. Just as in the banking sector cleanup, government ensured that the 4.6 million depositors affected by the exercise did not lose their deposits. And Yanum, meaning say, as not as a term ayading. Nanso mo bi ampaba. Mo koso nya gidi wa banum. Isise itumi ma free SHS any one district one factory eba mu no. Isheshea, a boama yetumi pam corona, yari free or man. Sansuna mabai, etutu nyema ye, samre, emma ahoto, abba omaemu. Na minim se, jidieno, womimuno, echrese, kono, unyankupon, neko. Ayeme, lake ni biyewa, si nyeka shegbe nyeyano, ni nyena himo, ke yeli ake, bejiano to, ni hani free SHS bamiye. Bejiano to, ni hani this one district, one factory bamiye. Bejiano to, ni hani wanye washwe corona hela keshi wa maane miye. Na kano ni miyam lalo, bato bejiano to koni hijole abami. Ejake miye himo, ke yeli ake, ta nyumotani. My government has always been cognizant of the importance of implementing policies and social interventions to relieve Ghanaians of hardships. It is for this reason that over the first 5 years in office, the government reduced electricity tariffs cumulatively by 10.9%. We provided free water and electricity as well as reduced tariffs for the entire population during a whole year of the COVID-19 pandemic. We increased the share of the District Assembly's Common Fund to persons with disabilities by 50%. We exempted Kayaye from market tolls. We expanded the LEAP by 150,000 beneficiaries. We expanded school feeding from 1.6 million children to 2.1 million children. We restored teacher and nursing training allowances. We absorbed the cost of BC and WACC exam registrations for parents. No guarantors now required to obtain student loans. The Ghana card is sufficient. And we have implemented free TVET as well as free senior high school education. It is obvious, fellow Ghanaians, that you have a government that cares. We're determined to restore stability to the economy and provide relief. All of us are in this together and asking for your support to rescue Ghana from the throes of this economic crisis. I have total confidence in our ability to work our way out of our current difficulties. We are not afraid of hard work. We will triumph, as we have triumphed many times before. Let us unite and rally around our republic, its institutions and its democratic values, and insist that under God we will emerge victorious from our current difficulties. For this too shall pass, as the battle is the Lord's. I'll be coming regularly to keep you updated about the measures your government is making to move our country forward and tackle our economic challenges. God bless us all and our homeland Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention, and have a good evening.
Kwantuo emu won sense bebere emu yare emu amane uno ti afia man kwanta maklo e Nyinsɛn ni Awoɔ pore enu se onkasa nwie no na wanya wo na no anduro aboso men kwantuo emu won sense bebere emu yare emu amane uno ti afia man kwanta maklo Nyinsɛn ni Awoɔ pore enu se onkasa nwie no na wanya wo na no anduro enti kwasie da nwomre bia radio no na Adom kwantuo emu won sense bebere emu yare ni mu amane uno ti ya fia man kwata maklo e Nyinsɛn ni Awoɔ pere enu se on kasanwie no na wanya wo na no aduro aboso me kwantuo emu won sense bebere emu yare ni mu amane uno ti ya fia man kwata maklo Nyinsɛn ni Awoɔ pere enu se on kasanwie no na wanya wo na no enti kwasie da nwomre bia radio no na Adom FM Nyinsɛn ni Awoɔ pere abono nwotwino radio no na Adom FM Nyinsɛn ni Awoɔ pere 106.3 radio no na Adom FM Nyinsɛn ni Awoɔ pere
Yado bibia se yamo bibia jo emu akwa abado ba Adom 106.3 FM yamampani adodanko akufo ado ne kasa ne tentene ne tietie mu nyina ne se yenya rehemu ewa aban no emu ne ekoso bia no wahu na wate enhyehyɛ pade wo mu de bia gu na kwan so ya won mo yede wo betumi bia ne Minister of State nom MMDC nom ne mpanimfo aya tetete wo mo aketua so nom ne ade ni nyina aban so wahunu ni nyina na sɛde covid bre no mu yenya arehemu wo mu no enne ya ho kyerɛ so ekoso yenya arehemu na IMF nkomo no so gusu dindindindin a wo gidie ni arehemu sɛ wo mu bewie no wo sɛ niema nyina deda na kwan mu kama fu abo nom ne ade ni nyina wate ni nyina wahu wo mu gusu ye nhyehyɛ bia nti yenya ne mu arehemu eno ho nsɛm na yamampani adodanko akufo ado ene Ghanafoɔ ebidi nkomo no na said last week yedi nkomo fa male infertility last week yedi nkomo fa male infertility yedi nkomo bebre na mo aho keka no na efe na akono obia de na dwenkyerɛ nom ne ade nyina bai nti na ene no so ho hia sɛ yedi nkomo fa female infertility ho eye den ne nyame abodie mu wabo obia sɛ ne su ne seso obi de awo no emma ukomu na kenkan kakra ya niama ba ku mienu bi enesi kwan sɛ de male infertility dog akire yimu no eno so yanya Dr. Edubuaten ewa ha na da romo no so de ba fam ema no de no minim say infections nso ka ho pa bi say infection bi ba so na medofo wan treat a eno so to me the sa or how we eba by the time e be wi na because mampani family ni binti no yenso ye be didi ma kobe 920 no mo ho ne ade enti men na ye be wi sesi a nkomo ni hia me me power show said my live on Facebook Awafo Emmanuel Richard ni Ama Vanderpool wa Joseph Youngson ewo US and ono share love Japan love Nyamisha Helen Obi and so Spain wo munyina share medamo sepa monko so amafidie no enna hantino Dr. Edubuaten Gina Dwede na mamena na CBM officer wo ye sponsor kese pa Nyinsɛn ni Awoɔ ye sha se Elin beda so o free so an same point abeda so for how many years ni ya da endpoint ase papa yare bia how yanko endpoint akache ene de wo mo anya adwuma kwasi ada pe no mo anya adwuma nanso from Juada de kosi memenda nwumre no nso endpoint ye adwuma yare bia how wo prostate medofo hwene bo ho ban wate ene doctor na wa ha ye di nkoma fa female infertility ho to wa ha de na yesi ne dog edi nkomo dog anwure ye mo adwo
mejo so
na bibia boko de
anyagopon de yenko ache
ye de nyame ase ye da ase pa na wadaje ne wo twen na mampani aka se we okay
ye be ne dey kakra ye nyina ensom se bi de akwakoye no ye kase ye ja abo no so a ono nkwa wentimi nye nti yeso ya famu de yeso ebetima ye no ye mwa yenye each other's keeper said the endpoint ye free scanning for Awoɔ ema Awoɔ ne mema prostate problem ye kwan ya fa so yeso ye bo amanfo because se ka se mash no ma to de ye adwuma no nyina dollars ya ne de to no ba ye ka se ye push ni nyina de ato a wo ba so a yeah, very fair to you. I didn't think this about a high time or say nyina no you show or doka crack. O here say and no could also na buy ne body se bi dollar de se van ko to buy ne body o. E wo mu say lolo fair bo kosoro. Enti kakra bi a wo de beto so no oh na ka aboa na wonua so hwan ha kakra ena de de akoye no yen so yemu ne gya nyina se de bo baakofo so womwa enkusi aga enten yen do ye ho saa na bibia be okay
yada se Dr. Dubote no ntie ne dog enkomo no yesi ye hwe female infertility ye kan no ye de last week ye di mema ho nkomo de obema awo aye problem tie ne ye hwe man so de ntie ka se female infertility and patwadaroma eno your condition ben ya
yo meda se pa ye ka se female infertility ye ka se oba obetimi asase se obawo ye oba wa asase se wobu ne nsa oba bu ne nsa the signal so 12 years we 13 years na wo asase wobu nsa the system na pese kire wo nyina na se at that time no so oni be ma kuhia na wa amon ho ban ya that there's a tendency say obetimi anyam and say bi obakora wo class 2 ana na de enkora bi in fact ye wo school bi mu bebre wa obetie na ya obi afro from school ni bi mu say oh akora obi abe class 4 class 5 obunins wa menstruate what signal say we do stage ya obetuma tokusua obetimi awo enti no yaka say infertility e wo mamu a na je say oba unimfi wadu da emfie pon so a wetimi awale ya na say woni be ma akora wonwale kora no a woni be ma ehia won mo ne ho ban na ideally no whether you know time a wotukosua ana wonim time a wotukosua no se woni be ma hia totoaso na se bia be bosumi nsia kosi bosumi du mienu na se 1 year afe na Nyinsɛn antimi amfirim na se emfiri be ma no a ene be ka se sa oba no ebia we infertile ana se ene ne be ka se bia na se ni twi mu no ya na eden kakra yesi krawa ene ya na me se me yusu because ni enti eye bofo no ye mad kakra enti be ka se sa be ma oba akro no wo ye infertile enti ka se oba ye wo eye infertile na se oba ye krawa na je se oba no ona timi ne be ma atena won mo no ban condom won yusu any of the family planning method bia won be ma ni hia regularly na bia be bosumi nsia ne ekosi be bosumi mienu no bosumi du mienu na oba ne antimi amfa afura oba saa no ye be ka se wo infertile
okay tiene adofo mo abade adan na kusi se ne first time all join ye ne dan ya shase no 2 to 9 Nyinsɛn ne Awoɔ kwasi ada bia ntia da se no abeka ho na bo achewa nso chia ya William Asiama wo Germany no hwe ya Sare Patricia ya da se Nicola Jaba enso ewa Ekins Moses wo Old Ningo Chupoli no so share Gladys Cortin so da ya se wa ha Bra Cox enso wa ha ya da munyina se Mr. Monshire mame wai na infertility in women and as female infertility nkomo ayedie no wonso etie bi na nyina ye mfa mo ye hunti dog a chire ye mu baby e betumi aka se bia oba we enwo ana bibi so ne be ma be shedem na ma use machine no a mo ho ban kwa afe Nyinsɛn bia mamu na ho de wo se ye ni eda ho ti dog de na ebe ma sa de no esie wo ba asetena mu
yo meda se you got a female infertility no a ana say you know first of all no you mu ahudo mi no
okay
you have 2 main types your primary type of female infertility and your secondary primary type on say oba bi wa no sisuo no in fact one mema be mienu miensa nan ahia obi anu wanyam na da to no sisuo no Nyinsɛn de obi okwa na menses ne ba bosumi bia onya na menses enso so be fa ye furu pa ana be mess ne menses no bi nsi da
okay
and ye what the type wa obi wo ha o sisuo no ebi a school time kra no no wanyem pa obi kra timi nyem wanyem yegu ne no ana obi okra no a enye se bia wanyem ye no ko yigu obi okra wawo ebi a man kra ba mienu miensa enne wo Nyinsɛn ni bia mu a ma enna ye be kan say secondary infertility that just say enipa no mre bi atwa mu no ni problem but enne problem ba enti no ma ekofa female infertility ba no e no ma mienu your medical conditions so any one no ma bi e be kan say risk factors
okay
na medical condition no de yade bi ene mpe bibiri no akofa ba na wo hwe oba wo de no ase de sitie no se de ne structure ne sitie no ya obibi wo ha be kan say ovaries ɛhɔ na ɔbaa bia ɔtukusua ɔbaa wɔn tukusua no ontimi ngo naturally ɛma ne nye yi ɔntukusua nti ɔbaa ontimi ovulate ne sɛ wotukusua eto ɔbaa bia nyakopɔn bɔ wo no a ɔhyɛ sɛ yi no a no wɔ finite x nkosua dodoɔ bi wɔ hɔ a ɔbaa bia also produce ɛhɔ no problem timi ba ɛnti no causes no maybe chance here free because ɔbaa no na wo de no reproductive organs no ye will be able to say ovaries ye will fallopian tubes ye will be able to say uterus ye will be able to say cervix. Any of these organs na wo no say how ba ho a ɔbaa na wo no etimi or how timi ba ɔbaa wo na wo ɛnti me chance here free ovaries no ovaries no ɛho touch ma there's going to be infertility issues.
Okay.
Now, obviously, how we about money be no, ABA because it's polycystic ovarian syndrome. Obi ohana the hormones no and balance it. And intino because of that in intino, Emma in so timbeji na oba no kosua ho.
Okay.
Emma no once ya eno no gbasa no oba no Nyinsɛn enya de bit my day. Emma. Obi so ho a oba bi ho a infections say yes sexually transmitted infections ana ye non-sexually transmitted infections ana infection no kra bi oba no wa hu ni ntem eno nti na kwakwa develop it bi can say PID pelvic inflammatory diseases eno no etima oba no nsuo betime gya ne kosua no ho enam say infection wo ni ntem na enam so nsuo gya ne kosua no ho ni ntem no sa oba no e ka say etimi kofa bi afa say ovarian cyst. Ovarian cyst. And inti ade ba ko etimi di ema wo twekọ akire ene ma ntimi ngo no eye sa cyst no. Cyst bia ye nsuo a begina abnormal fluid. Obi wa betima boba obi wa ne kidney ho, obi wa ne liver ho, but we de ende aba oba no ne ovaries no. Ndi sa oba o tesa no Nyinsɛn entimi nye de emma.
Okay.
Oba bi wo so ne nkosua no a oto no. Or the finite because oba bi anka naturally no e bi about 35 years 30 to 35 years period also we there we di nyam menses and ultimate de wo.
Okay.
Oba bi wa no de no prematurely no kosua no etimi edai etimi sizi enti obi bi ga na premature menopause bi wo ha e happen prematurely enti oba bi wo ha over 40 years won twane omuni nsa biem. When you're premature, no, when you're menopause, no prematurely. And only idea, it is so big now by you. And now, and only free wa now, baby, I can say fallopian tubes. Or baby, bet me on your moi, Bema and obey shia. Bema nin soon, a cofa or banner, a four banner say, now coffee be a fence service. I would no. Now, would the no sooner for would the no for would the nimu. Na nsuo no ai dey from awodi animu no emwa wona swimi akọ fallopian tubes nim e ho na oba no kosua no e dawa o twa na ho o expect ti bema no rush ti na bema eno ba hia ne nsuo na eba no e gira 200 to about 300 million sperm count and out of that no omunyina adwane ba akọ e na bet my lucky na wono no gidi na oba no kosua no so no sebi ono kire se wo ye ohema ni nti no on descend o ma
o baby o
one the order fallopian tube no no e twen wa wo so ye be ma no bra na fa be wo so eti ekone committee no ho no a ho na o se fertilization take place now fallopian tube no man sa no problem to me develop wo mu a e ma oba awode e hu timi tochema obi wana ni fallopian tube no ye kasa ade ye tube a na kasa ade no e ya ade a most tubes are I say cylindrical in shape. Sana fallopian tube na tie. Eti mfanse wo tube bi a nsuo ene fam e bia water hose ni sana fallopian tube na tie. Eti o se kwant mi dam. Obu ha na ne tubes no ne mu na block. Enti wo nsuo wo tube a nsuo fam eba ofie. Na sa tube no emu a block. It's only to me from Napa. Sabe pen and money be the energy.
No, then a busy a bema tubes
infection to me, but said PID. You can't say PID, you got a PID. You can say pelvic into a bano. Now, what the area only in a part of the pelvic.
Okay.
abdomen hono ye organs na won nyina forming part of the pelvic. It is a pelvic you know create me block it. Obu aye kwa very be fembro eno kra to me block it oba nikosua no. Obi so ho kra no a na ebia che se e how bebre e ma bebre wo abon se obi sa oba ote sa no bo so ne be ma hia bo se nsuo ni nyina back to sender o sole ye no na nsuo ni nyina nam ne sere ho the tubes ni mu no a block.
Okay.
And obi wo kra no a tubes ni mu kra no ye fa ne se bia e top pregnancy na nam se akwara na intimate descending ti no akwara na form wo oba na tubes ni mu intimate descending ama fertilized egg na intimate descending ama oba na awodie mu wa hwe a itimi koye operation o itimi yi free ho nto obi wo kra na bibi esi ye nti bi operation bi yi ninkosua ana bia wanya medical condition bi say ye cancer say da nti yi nkosu ye yi sa tubes na free ho oba woni sa tubes no en fa na nsuo ne betuma fa committee x no enti sa oba no sa tube obi nya tuba say infections ana say wonya blockage of the tubes na what is going to happen is say e masa oba no na wo ho etimi dey ho ye dey manapa so ena emra uterus no wo hear the causes no a any part of the intermediate can say any part of the reproductive organ no a ebenya issue bia no ebetima cause infertility ento oba bi wana na wode no utwa amfoni a ana utwa scan a bo se na wode no e clear bi pia your solid eso nam say tubes no mo blocking nti no Nyinsɛn mba oba bi wana na ninkosua no otu nkosua matured eggs tubes na blocking emma wotimi nyim kura no a bema no nsuo no timi force na wuram ekumi kokonyem a bebre no a ye fence say ectopic pregnancy ne ba itimi say no now oba bi also a na ebia tubes ni kwa ya adwuma na mu na wode no problem aba ho awode problem betuma ba awode ho edoso ye obi ebeka na say polyps obu a ye growth bi o ha enye necessarily say eye fibroid ye o fibroid so betuma block it fibroid no ye mu awodo be 4 types say fibroid ba oba awode achi a enye problem o nya operation ko betumi di ayu bebe betuma ba clinic no na o fibroid
okay.
Oh, doctor, I see my fibroid. Me, obese or fibroid. Me person me who the type of fibroid and the size of the fibroid. Some of the fibroid be why we ban na wodi na chi. Ents me see that kwam awo ho kwam na nyi. Nti obi okra no a so person operation kra no empem ebre no ano. Say endpoint nipa ne ba. Yidimi ka say ye betu am the do am na itima nyam. Wa woni ma nyina awie opa.
Metati sa no.
Yeah.
So ma nyina awie.
Wa metimi yes, yetimi advice on that. Obi wara na de no eye danger, obi wara na de na wona wode na no. A block ya wode na no. Etibe ma hu nsuo entimi mfa. Ene na ehia se obi operation. Obi wara na de na e wona wode animu. Na wode animu kran wo ho a. It depending on the size of it. Say nipa na say de no say for instance say empon nipa na ba say moro 3 centimeters ya ye kwa no ye we don't even advise ye betuma aboa ama ya shrink ne feda na ya make sure say enye kese na nipa no betumi de awona wo nyina wie owie a opa betuma kokoye na ade na obi wa na awode na agimu nyina afa eno no enye endpoint anye homeopathy asem
okay
eno de na say kolebufo no also bobam because endpoint enye operation Ethiopia or such a problem. Now what the no fibroid agiaboso. Growths are bum. You'll be able to say endometritis. And no crown or buana. Now what the no inflammation. I would the no huru. In so be jina would the yes.
Muna we nyina bede me hu dog min twa no na Stanley Pillow e wa ha hwe David Nyinsɛn yada se opoku boaten Esther senani age Gladys Coaten so aba Ekins Moses Asare Patricia Nicholas Jaba William Siama Germany Nana Boachewa Diana Kusi na Diana Oseifosu Diana Saba George George Cranton ewa Ohio USA Jacqueline Efum say good job and afe unruly Kwabena Pablo and so ewo ha or sheye yeda mo say papa Samuel say the first time or sheye ni yeda say papa nti de bia kwase de bia medofo ya sheye Johnson Eric so chia ye awafo say Dr. Yana Dr. If I know someone using what contra 72 medicine as soon as she finished having sex, can that one affect pregnancy? Minime dine de about 72 be some or so I said the first time the program is good to us gifty yeda say papa padora yeja ya j say favorite program yeda say Robert we see Johnson Eric so Hasamolo say ene wona ka Christiana Asamoah Ruth obey your boan so Abarukia Muhammad and so yeda mo say papa pasa magia tumona wotie ni se no kwa mentie Juliana se wa yeda se papa mone ebusuamo hye so emfamaye ono say Juliana se wa say how can we protect ourselves without any medicine? Okay, and a dog no so dog be ya no de amount female infertility ho komo ne yedi no enumrei wonyin say any award so dwumedie kwasi da enumrei bia no wo trade kosi no nkono mampani bewura mu na one ne ma kasenti no na wo si eti enu nti na amanne ebre no kona ni mo no nti be no nkono abapon simaduo no mu ho duo no num de na je se ya wie ye bebie phone lines no so ama na afi wo so watumi afre say doctor kire ya niema ahodo bia etime sa ohawe ba emaso ene wa kire ya bobo ne ma esu emi ehwe kwan e befa so na yabo ye ho ban afri ho because hadwin mom shen Daniel wo have go so ene mikrom ni medase so hwe comfort alozoki say ni favorite ene Providence bafo ana bafo ono so ehwe yeda mo ase dog ento so say ye hu courses no na ekwan pe ne ye befa so aboye ho eban anasa wo de before ye be prevent kra na symptoms ye dey better na ne ma obobo so
say the causes no say kakakra
okay
me bon tofa na makọ the symptoms no enti awodie no de na meka ye no eno no wo ho anasa obu a insuo timbe gina na awodie ni mu ana bi okra no a the effect of abortion the effect of abortion no ade a se ka bibinti na nipa no be ye na say ebitima na ye legal eno no hospitals ni timi any police kura timi bam obi a ye repo no anase obi a ono ne hunsunso awo Nyinsɛn na wonyem no e pose threat to the mother eno na ye na bo se bebre no ano ade abortion no aye to say family planning obu abortion no what I say family planning or de wonyem a na wayi because o crude way no edino no manase no concussions ya yenom ede ya abortion no bebre no ano timisi ma bebre awo ho kwan ena mpe bebre no ano se didi ameka no family planning is very good pa nemmum enti na we ne din no a eye family planning no enti no wa wongo ye no ka the best family planning aye ma wo ye condom wa wongo da ka the best family se wontimi abstinence ne ni wo de ya ka the best thing e condom but say the we obi dia o kan ya na obo me pese be adu ni bi adu na obo na wa mo ni ba me ni adu
okay
me ni adu na wa ye no bebre say the me kan bebre ayes adu ni say eso emergency o
okay
e ka emergency contraceptive etika once in a while bi na emergency bi atoafam no so ho na ebia enka wafa but bebre no ano ede say nuro ni bi aye tuamu da
to on de on bono ho ban
bi woni be manom wie no a na wanom wonom wie no a pe bebre no a na ese hormones no afi bedu me bi na asiwa wo ho kwan ene nti no ka ye pe family planning kura na aye anke ye nko hospitals a ye wo family planning unit wo ho obetimi advice wo enoma bi a obetimi yusu a ehun sebeje nsu aso kra be ketu e be minima danse ye walk into a drugstore to buy emergency contraceptive ya fa ne say na ye family planning bebre no ano esi ma no bebre awo ho kwan ena infections gonorrhea syphilis chlamydia wunya no wan twiti ntemo a ena timi cause bi FZ PID eno so bebre no ano esusu esi ema awo ho kwan pa eno nti no basically no we mu ye no bebre wo a ema ma awo ho etimi na mo science ye betima mo obi ahunu se Nyinsɛn ho ya ye dia ma no ene first of all no menses no ena ya na tade no ho edi kese pa
okay
It is obebia when who say obehun say the menses no ehun asase say ekwa atwe ama no obi wa bo say the menses no ebia o hyase no nanka onya no regularly every 28 days bia wonya every 30 days bia ankonya every 32 days bia afede bia beboso me be miensa boso me mienu na menses ne mai eye sign ene no so nkere say unya menses boso me bia nti no automatically no obetma wo ye obi ho bi betma nya ne menses on monthly basis and so na Nyinsɛn no emma but what tell me can say if it's a menses no say you heard the ebedi menses free ba menses no enye ni nyina menses sansa no e form about 80-90% of menses no e form wa awodi nim
okay
oba bia no ensemu busumi bia wo yo menses wi a enwinamo ba line ba wa awodi nim e ti say expect say obet manyam se Nyinsɛn na ma na wo say e cleanse naturally no wo e cleanse sa de line ni nyina free awodi nim
sir
eni nti no obi betmanya ne menses na just line na e cleanse na so won tukusua so eto oba empebebre no an wunya menses ana wunya menses ya enimu tum menses ne ba ko kitwa bi scanty menses ana obi ho e ba ye become be say dysmenorrhea na ya say no too much eno no it could be say hormones no imbalance yi eno betuma si wa wo ho kwan hormones no imbalance yi betuma si wa wo ho kwan ana obi e be kan say menorrhagia oba bi ho na ne menses no eno so eba no eba ne boom 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 ana say eba so a eba with clot obi so eba nsuo no I said nsuo obi ho na menses na said e wasa moja emoja wo na de nsuo gumu very light what do saka just say very pale ene nyina ye ade wo so ana say ade ba kwa na so oba oni be ma be hia o we so de na nsuo ni nyina asa na chi ana say oba oni be ma wo na say bi empem bire no ano ebia oni be ma ni hia ebi wo kwa wo te yawo sa na nyina no ebia itimbo kokko na mu ade ye obvious na say oni be ma hia na wa mo ho ban
okay
so eno no na wantimi anyem no atoa so na wantimi anyem no eno could be a clear signal I just say oba no wo problem so
okay
enti we money the main some of the signs and symptoms here itimi dan ho adi amra kwa oba wantimi ngo
Nyinsɛn ni Awoɔ ɛwɔ Adom 106.3 FM na utie no enti mo Facebook yada mo say Yahaya Liscopi ɛwɔ afo Kenya se ena ono ehwe efri yadamo se papa enti wo ba se ne dia share mame efia amankwata maklo Facebook page ho no wa share Dr. Bebie Dr. Shine Bebie ha no mame na me hwe de ekoso ha nti yadamo se wo ba pe wo share na wo like nti bebie phone lines no na fe wo question ba ku mienu bi wo ho so na wo de aba na fe ya no de ama endpoints homeopathic clinic adaroma ene ye de nkomo yi ebro nti ye ne doctor no emu ewa ha edi enkomo ahia yenye pa wo so obia wo efa no ho efa ne ba ma membra Facebook Adom 1063 FM ne benezo kwampa ewa ha say you know asemo everything will be fine ampa you me say na God bless you na also na Benjamin son of peace ready to learn pa me da survivor ankra say anti afia me show free a brew na ochia sister anti B we Cropon Toronto and a Gladys night tete so chia ye amani ampon prince and so say please can you remind us more of last week topic and asimaku Salt Pond, so said the program is live and clear. I was Salt Pond runabout. Abrokwa Victoria Chiaye as a man Kessi Beyonce. Happy birthday in command Nyonko and Sansa Sraku or Sinyamisha no pa Ben Waha Group 1. Okay, familiar be viscosity. Viscosity. And also, as you do, also the later also Chiaye nice topic na fi mame kuna do. I can't see the doctor. Please, Sister Fia. Dog, mam kuna do so hu ye. If you sika ofosia boache say nyame ensha yempa na educative program ayela Alexander Icon so tema committee 18 ono so chia ne papa Mr. Kuman Ponsa CEO of Beauty House Limited tema committee 18 Linda Labi and so ewa Isaac Athan so Efia and Dr. Dr. Bolt, good job watching you from where? Spain. Yamishramu. Lita Ibusa says, Sister Fia, please ask him how the fibroid occurs and how it blocks the womb. And see, dog, yenny Lita, diano, ano, enfamano.
Yeah, the main cause of fibroid, yeah, na obi doctor bi no beti ma shada akere.
Okay.
But the animal say hormone no, tempem bibiri no ano, too much say growth, and I say too much production of estrogen in the body no.
Okay.
It me promote growth. And tempem bibiri no ano, especially ema ya na obi ho kra no a ono atoto to nuro a wo to nuro no bia wa wo to contraceptive no obenom bia na nuro ni bi wo kra na promote too much estrogen.
Okay.
It no kra timi kofa sa wo ha no etima ba ebe so but said ye ba bia betuma guro no nyina no so no obi ani ho sebe ba awodie nim sebe ba awodie ne ho sebe ba awodie na no eno no nyina no ya de a difficult to be able to explain. Okay. But the most important thing is so you be a o ye regular checks no nko no ba sha ase no kora no itimi hunu e ma se bi ye homeopathic way no itimi emma growth no itimi se once ye nipa nya nwo ye na betima ma aduro betima ma growth no aye stagnant kakra for a while ama wa woni because the more one thing about it kora no say wo no kora no na e feda e decrease the fibroid.
Oh, okay. You
wo no enti se bi so bi wo fibroid a enu bi wo kora no a contraceptive wo kora ni kwa so use de hormone no estrogen level no wasoro bebiri no so you su a promote mani enyini 10.
It is a nim na wo kwa no mo
na wo no that is the problem. That is the reason why I make sure so we yanka say contraceptive nye but so person wo ya for be say be endpoint ye nya sa de no but ye wo government hospitals bi mu a omo wo family planning unit wo a wo kwa
chimota
o kwa ombetimi omo kire wa ebi kra no wunya problem kra na wo from a omo timi sa esa ma better one it's better than
Emma o de ebejewo
that's it
do comfort be say after sex bia ohumoja or have sex bi ohumoja mpacho normal
enya normal kra omo modern hospital because empe be no ano said yeah last that's October you know Emma you know it has to do with a month yade ye related to ma baby to breast cancer and a cervical cancer na mpeme no ano one of the signs ye tada no wadi kese menka se man ye mo no but one of the signs ye tada no kese ni say ma omota ne be ma hia moja ba no e could even be safe service no awan hwe ye kura no afan hospital ntam bia na cervical cancer ne bi kura na e da no wadi eno nti no eno so betima si oba so kura
nti e ma wo ye mo show na dog aka na ma wo ye mo show nti wa hu ni say wo de ato ho ya busai na watumi ka de eche nyamboa akọ hospital na fe yakọhwe de ama nti dog ye wie say aka treatment no
that's right
TNT we
yo say e kwan e easy Emma in fact make us a mayade when it comes to fertility each treatment Emma the more about better 80% a sense the Emma be because oba menses na mayi so oba woni be mahia ne moja eba ana say the menses won say e reduce ana say bosome mienu bonyansa onya ne menses or wa o fele so wanyam nyambofro no ne no fo ahyehye na yasa ekutu ensogu no oba ne fele so wanyam na within about 2-3 months menses no eba oba no ntia se bebiri no a beba hospital and when it comes to a ma you know coming to hospital no I don't think say it has ever been a problem ebia na makoma ko bi won be tuma stop vi say oba ne be ma tena se na Nyinsɛn oba wale nko na ene kwa de mema ne bebiri no a no omo pese ma na kora anyem ansa ne ayena hwade atoto no ma na guda mu
wo hwe se
wotimi to no ma ne nyina de ma wo se me no ma ne nyina nie nyem na menhwe ansa na makoye ho ade eti mama ne bebre no ano eye focus sa Nyinsɛn ne de kwan bi aso oba de obanyam enu nti no se obi wo sa ate bi animu a ane nipa ne de ba hospital de ye ne se you first of all you just scan
okay
your machine be first 4D Doppler scanning machine ye di si oba na ya ase ne atwamfo nini afa awodie ne mu nyina na akire wa wodiem fallopian tube no ovaries ngosua ne bibia na mmom ye wi ane asa ye labs de ti ne ye lab ye scan wi asa ye labs de me ye sa de ne say scan de e kire organ no the state of the organ anya bia fallopian tube ne mo sisi ana anya bia wa wodie ne mu no e mo sisi anaasɛ nkosua no nsuo bɛgyina ho na labs na ɛbɛkyerɛ deɛ nti ama nsuo bɛgyina ho deɛ nti ama fallopian tube ni mu asisie ɛnti ɔbaa bia woyɛ wopɛ awoɔ ho check ya ɛyɛ no mmienu ɛna ɛnyɛ endpoint kwa na ɛyɛ bi so kɔkɔle bukura no a saa pɛpɛ yɛbɛyɛ scan ne asa yɛ labs aka ho if you say same kan no scan ɛkyerɛ the state of the organ, the reproductive organ. Now, lab no na bekyerɛ sɛ state na reproductive organ no the cause of it no labs na bekyerɛ. Eti labs na betuma kyerɛ sɛ bia wo de no gonorrhea na de baayɛ. Wo de no yɛ syphilis na de baayɛ. Wo de no yɛ human papilloma virus na de baayɛ. Ɛyɛ na de baayɛ. Ana wo de no kwa no ɛyɛ infections. Na infection na wonya yɛ no kwa no ɛnyɛ sexually transmitted. Bia yɛ non sexually transmitted. Ene bekyere ene nti yenya hunu saade pepe pa ne ya hunu se obu asi nsuo na begya ne kosua ho nsuo ne na de baaye bia ne PID no nyaaye ye memo aduru a better take care of the PID no na nsuo no esoso nsuo na begya gina ho no etimi ahwe na kyese ana obi okwa ne nkosua no na entimi nya matured ana obi okwa na wontimi ovulate ana obi okwa na ne hormones no na ye imbalance etiama ne menses ne mba ana menses ne ba kwa na ya se ye ne ya ana ba bum 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 na clot wo mu no saa no ma no ye ma in ne amu aduru a ebetimi a get rid of it
na obi busa se wo fa contraceptives bebra it may cause infertility ana
yes se on se empe bebre no anu nti de bia me ka se se even ato wa wale na wonnom contraceptive a se eba se wo kwa wo a wo kɔ ne yima wia best so be scan because be chemical bia won sunsun aso kakra
okay
entina wokɔ de ye good se obekɔ family planning unit ne se sunsun aso na wo so no mbetimi kura ka kyerɛ wo ade no kwa ye be ye wo no kwa sei ne be ye wafa bi kwa be mo ye kese kakra ombetima cheche sa no mani nyina so hu na wo wie kura na wokɔ na wo musa yi ade no se ye IUD o se ye da ye o mo yi ade ni wie a mpa bebre no ye betuma se twamfonini ahwɛ ba bebre no a ye family planning ni wie a owie no ɔno a wo hɔ no bia wayi ade na wie a ɔnyɛ hwee ebi mo a obonse bebre no a na ye wɔ hospital no ebi mo ha wawie no wayi ade na wie no obonse wɔ se Nyinsɛn ne mba obɛhwɛ mo na bibi kakra hormone kakra ɛna ayɛ imbalance na je sa wɔ se wotimi ye dɛ ɛma duru kakra ebetuma correct sa ade no wa anya sa ade no be delay wawo
afɛne de akɔhyɛ na me ye family planning
wo wie a advice ya in fact I think the family planning unit for no crano, she will also be able to give those advice and say because with experience, you know, they remember who say about 60-70% of people know we are. Oh, yes, obey toros scan away. No, I labs are hormones because when baby hormone ebe ma hormones no ebe hormones necessary. That is that enema a warning man emma. Okay. And into we you need to correct that hormone no. Na pepe na Nyinsɛn aba. And then baby no obi also kra no a sa fibroid operation. Ade ba ko a mehu pa. Obi wa be refer ne se wonkoye operation because obaye no ne fibroid no so dodo. Untimi nya ho hwe okoye wi a office owi enu a also wo no about be about 80% or 70% of people are with my experience over 15 years experience no omo ye operation ni wi a na wa nkoye thorough scan anye treatment kakra bebre nu ano Nyinsɛn ne ma
okay
ene to bi a bebre nu a bon say na my experience bebre nu so ni mu no nti no Nyinsɛn ebia na opeso koye fibroid operation no was me nyɛ me pesa me ebia me wa me ngo but eno no enye wo na bedi time say wonya na say wonye ye check wie na say eso a otwomu tan obakoye na wo ye wie a it doesn't necessarily mean say Nyinsɛn mba so wo ye wie na utimi ye treatment ya because obviously no once the operation has taken place no ebe alter hormones
okay
so it's about hormones no enti wie a sa no mani nyina no ebe hia na say bia wa wo de mu na wo ene ya scrippo enti obviously there will be some scars which you need to take care of all those things.
So Nyinsɛn ni Awoɔ miemie phone lines na ne no mre no kokakra 0302216562 0302216562 and 0302216561 0302216561 na female infertility nkɔmɔ a yɛdi n'anwummerɛ yi nso brɛ bia na wɔ question baako mmienu bi na afei yɛnyi ano fa mma mo Elf Wilson captain yɛda ase papa sɛ nso aba Facebook na wɔhwɛ Sarah Sabia samenhyɛ link na ɔmo mfutuma me mate medɔfo me mo adwodo woba Nyinsɛn ni awɔ so
Bawa fa tabon.
mo nyame nhyira wo bɛmɛ na afrɛfiri hia anwummerɛ yi
Pacho me ti asiam.
Ashaman patro meet you
Ya friend ya. Yo, man say obi enam bi fertility no. And bet man say bi ano bi ba le ben me ti plan.
o line ni mo nya papa nti man te o question wadaro maka ne bi ma me
say obi ebi a infertility ni ho. A bit me about mental being a woman, the embassy answer.
What's infertility na day?
Monsieur, no better than Biano or what I anything. You're tossing me.
I any CS for 3 times now warning na.
None yet. I know something. A train to be bet me a baby.
I saw bet me and Nyinsɛn biem.
Me passion.
And see in China war na.
Passion.
Anti so one ne dan kwa dia de Nyinsɛn e besa ba biem o ba ya o mo advice say ye twa o 3 a CS dia anka nsa nko be 4th biem ana bibisa. Nti wo da dog wa ha obebo wa yi no ye da se pass of free ye da se. Oh from so e wa homa no so me do for me mo adwodo ba Nyinsɛn ni awo so. Odo me mo adwodo ba Nyinsɛn ni awo so. Okay. Me mo adwodo ba Nyinsɛn ni awo so. Ejo so ma me na free ya nwumre. Yo ya ma one so kakra ma me na yente wo ne mintie o. Lo radio no ma me also women se ma. Hello. Also women se na Emma. What's your man a day? So good. Now, a good chat said, why young men says on pepe.
That's right.
Now,
That's right.
wow. Wow, 3. Now, when I watch Anna,
That's 1
3 months ago.
That's right.
When you fear say,
We are 34.
34, you. Dog boy, ya no my way. Let us say. Offer from so a humano so. Made off me more to open Nyinsɛn ya also.
Yo, first caller on also.
Obiaba. Don't fetch me pacho. Made off me more to open Nyinsɛn ya also.
Yeah, I'm busy.
It also mammy, yenti away.
I'm passing a very head.
Okay, turn on you.
Hello?
Oba yetio.
Aha, me say, my name is Muda. Na insurance I come more na babon. About 5 years ago. So my name is yes.
Na what yem da?
Pacho David.
And I'm watching for 5 years in
Me pacho
Mate dog be boy ya no why? It does say. Over from so a humano so me off me mo adoro Emra Nyinsɛn ni awo so.
Pacho.
Me do so mame, mintie we. E pacho mitio.
Pacho, man say like me na. Yeah, support bam bebre.
We o men say ya cloth wo mu bebre.
Pacho. It like touching baby.
Since I mentioned to you, na tesa na say, Shassie and Chair Papa.
I said, Papa.
When you feel say, Mammy,
I should make it
40 30. Now, what, ma?
Pacho,
Pacho, you, Medasi, dog be ya no my way. Medasi. My last collie. Made off me more to Nyinsɛn ya also.
Pacho, good evening.
Me also, mammy, minty away.
But my question is prevention. Also, when you put a check it, and I said, "Oh, Mama won't quarrel check it or my."
Omo check you omo day.
Oh my. Hello.
Hey, facha me. Me do me mo ajodo ba Nyinsɛn ni awo so.
Mbe wa pa.
Mo nyame hira mi tie o.
Me facha me person be say when your messes after me obi a me messes 5 days. If some person with us after 5 days no have sex ube to me anyem without protection na
wa worry.
Me facha
Oh, okay. Wo hwe ba ni ma na wa wodada.
Ma wodada ba me banista.
Ani ye steady no e say wo temakwa na nya ado nyina be fra mo ani na wo. Enti dog ba boa o na ye ya no why?
Me facha
That's it. Sha yemfa la scholar. Yemfa obi abiem yo ani yemfa yem calls ni si ya dog pacho.
Yo the first caller no from a shaman or say na yere awo miensa na ne nyina mu no
dog pacho em so bia ma sign bribe into so yemfa la scholar. Me do me mo ajodo ba Nyinsɛn ni awo so.
Pacho
Le jo so ma me pacho mi ntie o.
Pacho me upset. Like we 3 days. That's a new closer.
O menstruate o ye 3 days.
Yes.
Na ye cloth.
Yes.
De bia na o menses bia sa na te.
Me menses yeah.
Menses bia 3 days na ban so yi cloth akese.
Enye pepi. But for them a bucket
wa na akese.
like for the a bucket.
Sha unipa na line mu nya kra fache but bi adog beti kakra no yi ano. Dog ba chenti o.
Yo the first caller no say na yere abo 3 ni nyina mu no ye CS. And the question is obetimi asa anyam bi mu na mpemibire no ano anasa obso hu se oba no we fertile na ya na
anasa bia ya ni CS 3 times
advice mpemibire no ano se opani pa na ho oden dia ya na bibire no ano advice ya advice say after 3 no but no opa obaka say bia onwu bi na say oba na ho oden no etimagina o but no so does not mean say we are miensa we are meaning will be your lot of patients here. Ibi mo kra no awo from first child to 5th child. Ni nyina no CS. But CS no so aye no nche say wontimi aye we infertility ni aye wo. Empa bebre no ano ahoden a wo nipa na ahoden ni age. Oba ni age ni san man nyina ye factor. Doctors etimi consider ansana yakase oba no wonkyem wo anase obu ana na hoden no a wode gyem wo ana obi okwa no pressure ana wo diabetes wonye me ye no a yi no a wo se ye de katew na wutimi ye de etimi enti ano no nkyese wo ye infertile but opeso wo bie mu amomodin anse ba bi okoye CS no won hu doctor da wo ho no no on siki wo no so concern ansana obesa anyem wanyem
obi emening na
okay obi so say wo no nyam menses ma eso so no de bia no wonya nsuo guna eguna
ati said wo menstruate
by nsuo nko a omomoden fanko hospital ne enhwa de ko no oba bia no se wonya ntwa branko a de ya menses no wo se eba se menses ne ma ko hia mbisa no se ekohinfa ya de o so bisa etonam ono so se ono nya woni ne kunu hia ne nsuo nyina asaba eno nti Nyinsɛn kura no woni oba na be ma na 5 years Nyinsɛn mai ena ya na meka no ensuo ni na wo se kokonyem wo na ensuo ni nyina back to sender there a ena na je se be ma no wa ya adwuma hu no eno nti ohia se ono no oba no owrahye ko hospital ne hwedie nti a be ma no hia ensuo ni nyina sa na chie de eba ye nya hu no sa de no pepa e bi pam aduru a e bitimi
so mo mienu nyina na ko hospital
yes it's possible one topic here one day also you do nkomo withdrawal of sperms no mfa atwuma nwansin be withdrawal of sperms does not necessarily mean say if you oba nko a be ma nsuo nya enko ba bia so bi wo a emoa na ba spermatozoa ni tire ebi kwa ni tail and it me abo asumi sai so ne kwa be san achi aba and oba bi wo so ba ma bi so ne hunsuo ne papa enam so oba no wo reproductive problem ni nti no nsuo no so kwa no so be dey edi so be ma no oba ahia ne se nsuo no withdraw a be advice e between am so mumie no nyina no ntimi ntu anamo na yen hwe wuda kwa sa 14 free e could be se mumie no nyina mo problem and I could be so oba ma na so oba no e na wo problem and obi so say ono so oni onye ne menses ya na fence clots and they dem ono so onwo da 30 years once ya we regularly said is can from definition of infertility ni say woni be metna na woni be ma no just back to back within be 6 months to 1 year wonti menyem ya menses na be yio se mayie no ehia se wo find out de ntia wonti me enyede enyem wo na we so de no so se ono so no ne menses no for 3 days and so with clots no wo mu no bomodin se obetimi akọ hospital ne ya twa ya lab and scan ahwe de ntia clot no ho se check na photo wa e become na drew am ni pa
do se ye wi ohun ma ye wo number na e wadaroma
end point to me part clinic se de sikasa no said mera ye woman we are all being each other's keeper and nti kwan bet ma fa so bet ma boa won say yes ye free scanning for Awoɔ free scanning for Awoɔ
be check wa
wodie mu nyina machine no efense 4D plus scanning machine no ke 250 Ghana cedis over end point ya yes say sa scan ye free ho lab no e na obetua which is 200 Ghana cedis and no na obetua and ye card e 60 Ghana cedis eni ti achaki we na bibia ni ho a ohun so nsa abrobe na achaki na bibi wo ho a na ye de wato nuru so na watua na kakrakra na na ye ma ne de no mema ne bebire say oh ene mo de mo mpa yasem kra enti mema ne say no ye se be ma bia wo bia no a e wo dwonso a be ma mbozi nsu efiri mo ba ne mo apan bi no wo chema asa na dwonso na ba ubokwa na mo gya di akire na ya se ne ya ana wo person check up wo 40 years and above who name the state of your prostate ya scan na oba be ye no ke 250 eno ne ye ni free di ma na mum lab no e 200 Ghana cedis ano de oba na wa prepare ene wo card folder no eno so 60 Ghana cedis na so oba de aba be ye sa de ye we bibi wo ho a ne de wato no so no afia na kakrakra ye number a obetimi afre end point in particular clinic ya de bia ha obi a obetimi afre enye menses ho nsam kwa na Awoɔ ho e number no me personal la me de tudwa e 0244 okay 86 7068 0244 86 70 68 0244 86 70 68
Dr. Duboatin Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic na nwumre yenya no woni abedi nkomo afa female infertility homedofo frɛ number no na de akire wadwen bia no woni wɔn eni enkomo na omo papa medin afia amankwa tamaklu da Dr. Shine asiso produce ye Jamestown je konso na daroma ode yen eto eye emframa emu ye do bibia se baako yeko na Reverend Gabriel Ansa ono so di nyame asem mu ohwam nso abre yem dasa ne nkwa hoden ewo hɔ a yebehia
Adom FM